Yes, hello everyone. So in this session we'll start or we'll move on to the next unit of classification, that is class, phylum and the kingdom. Okay. So in the last classes we have come across the different terms, the definition of different terms like what is classification, what is taxa and what is taxonomy, and what is that? After the taxonomy, we also learned about the who is the father of taxonomy, and later on we started the taxonomical hierarchy or taxonomical classification, the taxonomical categories. There are 7 categories. Out of 7, we already learned what is that? 4 units of classification or 4 categories. What are those? The first one is from which taxa we started? From the species, right from the species up to order. With the examples we have completed all those. What is rank or what is taxa or what is unit of classification, that I have completed in the last chapter or in the last session itself. So we'll move on to the next unit of classification, or it is also known as taxa, or it is also known as rank. What is that? Let me write the complete categories or complete systematic position so that you can follow the same. Here first is kingdom, phylum or division, class, order, family, genus, species. So definition of species is important. Yes, my dear students, they used to ask in the examination, board examination, what is species? Okay, and then they'll ask to write a brief account, or maybe they'll ask to write about a brief account on genus, and then they'll ask to give some examples for family. And then for order, particularly if I tell all these units of classification, from where they'll pick the question. If I tell those the expected questions, like expected questions, maybe they ask you to write the orders of this systematic position, how the order flow. First which unit will come, and then next, and then next, like this they'll come. So this is one expected question, and the next expected question is what is species, or maybe write the definition of species. Maybe they'll ask like that, and then they'll pick any 2 of these. Either they'll pick the kingdom, or they'll pick the phylum or division, or they'll pick the class or order. Any 2 or 3 they'll pick, and they ask to write the description of it. What is so and so, like this they used to ask. Whatever it they may, they ask, let them ask, but you have to prepare thoroughly for all these units of classification. So yes, we'll move on to the next unit of classification, that is class. So in the order I wrote some examples, like some orders example I wrote on that day, right? So the orders are, those are, one is carnivora. So this is the order what I wrote on that day, right? In the last session I wrote one order name is carnivora, and the next one is Polymoniales. So this is all the orders. This order comes under the animals and this order comes under plants. Okay, so under carnivora, what are the species? Which species will come under the carnivora? Cat, dog, big cats, domestic cats, all these carnivorous animals will come. Okay, that's why the name has given like carnivora. And the Polymoniales, it includes the families like Convolvulaceae and one more is Solanaceae. All these two families, they are having same floral characters. Because of having same small floral characters, they comes under the same order known as Polymoniales. Now we are in the unit of class. Which unit of classification we are in? We are in the third unit of classification, that is class. So we have to give some more examples to understand what is class. So the class is nothing but a group of this category. This category includes similar order. So related orders. So this is known as class. Okay, so I'll give one more, I'll take one more class, order name, and I'll write the common class of those two orders. Okay. So class is, this category includes related order. So the class Mammalia or Mammalia, this class includes the same order Carnivora, and one more order is order Primata. So we know which organisms comes under this order? All the carnivorous animals. And what about the Primata? The Primata order includes the species like apes or monkeys or or humans, gibbon, gorilla. So all these animals, all these species comes under the order Primata. And here no need to write all those animals because you know all those animals: cat, dog, lion, tiger and leopard, all those comes under the order Carnivora. Now what are the similar characters of all these species? Because all those species have comes under the same class Mammalia. Can you make out? Yes, my dear students, all these species have mammary gland which can secrete, or that mammary gland, it will be filled with milk so that they can nourish the young ones. So that is why only having that related character, only because of the presence of one similar character in all those species, they comes under the same class, that is class Mammalia. Okay, got it my students? So next is, so this is all about the animals. Now we will give few more order name. I will write two order names here. One is Rafflechiaceae Nepenthaceae. These order, no, sorry, not it's not AC, it's Aelis. Rafflesialis, Nepenthalis. So these orders comes under the same class. What is that? The class name is Dicotyledonae. Dicotyledonae. What is the similar character which is present in all these species? This is the name of the order. This order includes so many species. This is the name of the order, and this is also the name of the order. Okay, so these orders includes number of species, different plant species. All those plants having different order, they have one common feature. What is that? At the embryonic stage, they will be having two cotyledons. So that's why, because of the presence of one similar character in all these species, they comes under the same class. What is that? Class Dicotyledonae. The name itself saying di means two, cotyledonae means cotyledons. If you are not aware of what is cotyledons, no need to worry. In the next classes, in the next chapters, I'll teach you what is cotyledons. It is there in your syllabus, so no need to worry about that. Okay, so that's all about the class unit of classification. What is that? Class. Class include related orders, different organisms. Here we have different organisms, here we have different organisms. All those organisms, they will be having any one similar character. By taking that one similar character, they grouped under the same class known as Dicotyledonae. Which is that similar character? All these species have, all those species, they are having only one similar character, that is presence of two cotyledons. Okay. And here, in all those species, in all those animals, they will be having mammary glands. Because of the presence of that gland, which is used to nourish the young ones, they grouped under the class Mammalia. Okay, so like this, we will move on to the next unit of classification, that is phylum. Here I will write the phylum. Here I will go with the division, because here I will take the examples of animals, here I will write the examples of plants. If we are going to classify the plant, we have to write the name division, not phylum. If we are classifying animals, we have to write the name phylum, not the division. Okay. So next is, what is next? The phylum, it includes number of classes. Class Mammalia, one class, we already know about this. Like that, number of classes are there. Class Mammalia, class fishes, and class Amphibia, and what is that? Yes, Here it is. Amphibians, reptiles. Alright, all these are the different classes what we are having in the systematic position. All these classes will be having the same phylum known as Chordata. Okay, so you know very well what is Chordata. So what is Chordata? Based on the presence of one similar character in all these animals, they grouped under a similar phylum known as Chordata. What is that one similar character? Presence of, that is presence of notochord, and they are having dorsal hollow vertebral column. So that is dorsal hollow, sorry, it's not vertebral column, it is neural system. So based on the presence of this character in all these species, they come under the same phylum, phylum Chordata. If I give one more example, the name is non-Chordata. Under the non-Chordata, the species like sponges and platyhelminthes, number of animals will come. So in the non-Chordata, in the bridge course itself, I have described all those animals, the non-chordatans and the chordatans. So we have taken one example, what is that? Chordata. When I come to the chapter 4, there I will describe all those things, but here you just remember about this, just what is that? You just learn this concept. What is that? So phylum, let me introduce the term. The phylum includes the common, similar and related classes. What is that? The class Chordata. So let me write the phylum definition here. Okay. So here the classes with a few, the phylum includes classes with few similar characters. This Chordata, they are having this phylum Chordata, they are having different classes, but different, this is one different class, this is one different class, this is one and this is one, but in all these classes they have one similar and common feature, that is presence of notochord and a dorsal hollow neural system. Okay, that's why they came under the same phylum, that is phylum Chordata. One more is, let me write the plant example here. So what we used to call, while describing the plants, while writing the systematic position of plant, we used to write the division. So earlier we wrote about the dicotyledonate, right? One more class name I will write here, that is monocotyledonate. So what is this? This is one class name, alright, having two cotyledons in the plant species, and this is also one class name having one cotyledon in plant species. What is the similarity between these two classes? They belong to the same division known as division angiospermy. Got it now? Angiospermy means all the angiosperms are known as flowering plants. All the flowering plants, they will be having two cotyledons or one cotyledons. So, cotyledons, presence of cotyledons is the similar and unique character of angiospermy. That's why they grouped under the same division angiospermy. If I give few more division names like angiosperm is one division name, one more is gymnospermy and pteridophyta. So, like this we can give few other division name. Okay. So, here what you have to follow, here you have to follow the cotyledons and dicotyledons and monocotyledons comes under the same division known as angiospermy. Why they grouped under this division? Because in these two classes the common feature is the common few similar character is presence of cotyledons. We don't want how many cotyledons are there, what we have to, what is necessary, what is much important. The important is presence of cotyledons. If the cotyledons are present, they can grouped under this division angiospermy. All right. So, the example for monocotyledons is banana, coconut, maize, grass. All those plants comes under the class monocotyledons. In all those monocotyledons, they will be having only one cotyledon at embryonic stage. After the phylum, we will move on to the next unit of classification, that is the very higher category and consists of a number of species, that is kingdom. We have 5 kingdoms. In class 11 itself, in chapter number 2, we are going to study about those 5 kingdoms. Okay. Before that, we have to understand what is kingdom. Kingdom is, it is simple, various phyla. Phyla means phylum or divisions. Various phylum or division assigned to a highest category, known as kingdom. So, various phyla or division, phyla is a plural name, divisions assigned to a common kingdom, assigned to the highest category, known as what is that? Kingdom. We know 2 types of kingdoms here, that is kingdom Animalia, kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Animalia and kingdom Plantae. No need to describe the kingdom Animalia. The kingdom Animalia includes chordata, non-chordata. Chordata and non-chordata These two belongs to the same kingdom, Animalia. Why so? They are different from one another. This chordata species, they will be having the notochord in it and a hollow neural system, dorsal hollow neural system, and the non-chordata animals, they will not be having the notochord and all, but they are considered as animals. That's why so they comes under the same kingdom, kingdom Animalia. Because of the presence of one similar character, they come under the kingdom Animalia. Here also we can write like earlier we gave one example like angiospermy. One more phylum example is gymnospermy. So here they both are having different characters. The cotyledons are different. The ovule is covered by ovarian wall and they produce flowers. They are having special and unique characters. Or in what about what we are speaking here? About the division angiospermy. But here in the division gymnospermy, this division includes the few species, few species available in the limited extension. Only in the suitable environment they grow. The ovule is naked and the plants are available, like highest, like longest plants are present in this division gymnospermy, and shrubs also present in this division gymnospermy. And unique feature is the ovules are naked. The ovules are not covered by ovarian wall. Okay, so and coming to the leaves, if we describe the structure of leaf, the leaves are linear and covered by a thick cuticle, but in some species of gymnospermy, the leaves are like broad in shape and trifoliate. So what is trifoliate? That I will describe you in the chapter number 5. But here the angiospermy, it is available everywhere. These are hydrophytes. Hydrophytes means this type angiospermy, this division species available in every region like soil, water, or also they are available on other plants like epiphytes are also present. Under this division, number of species are present, but here it is like it is only restricted type of plants are available in this division. But because of the because these both divisions have similar character. What is that? They are known as producers. What they are producing? They are producing the, what is that? Food. They produce. Because of the production of food, they come under the same kingdom. What is that? Kingdom Plantae. So with this we have completed our systematic positions. So I would like to write here few examples, like few examples in sense. Let me write that. I will come to know what I am talking here. I will take 4 organisms name, 4 organisms like man, insect, wheat and mango. These 4 organisms systematic position I am going to write on the board. please copy this and you have to learn this systematic position. All right. Let me write one by one so that you can follow. The common name, what I am writing here, the common name, here I will write the common name, and the systematic position goes like this. Alright, common name is man. It means I am going to write the human being systematic position. What do you call? The scientific name of man is Homo sapiens. The species name is sapien. Genus is Homo. And it comes under the family Hominidae. And they belong to the order Primata. Primata, class Mammalia, phylum Chordata, and kingdom Animalia. So this is how the systematic position goes on. Okay, so they ask you so many times in the so many question papers, they ask to write the order of man, write the order of human being, they used to ask. That time what you have to write? You have to write the primata. Now it is easy for you. So because you are studying this individually, when all the syllabus will over or finish, you will forget about the systematic position of human. So what you have to do, you have to learn, you have to write number of times now itself, and you have to come out from these type of difficulties. Okay, so I'll take one more example, and one more example is this is one example, and the second one is house fly. Okay, so housefly, you know very well about the housefly, and the housefly scientific name is, let me erase this, let me write here itself so that the common name is housefly, and the scientific name is Musca domestica. Just write it, domestica. Okay, and this Musca domestica comes under the family Mucidae, and this Musca domestica comes under the order Diptera or class Insecta. Okay, and this Musca domestica or housefly belongs to the phylum Arthropoda and kingdom Animalia. Though it is an animal, it belongs to the kingdom Animalia. Phylum Arthropoda. Don't while writing the systematic position, while writing the animal systematic position, you can rub this, you can delete this option. What is this? Division. Okay, and the housefly class is Insecta. Housefly comes under the class Insecta, order is Diptera and family is Mucidae, genus Musca, class species Domestica. And the next example is the common name is mango. Just answer this question. Mango, the scientific name of the mango is Mangifera indica, and this belongs to the family Anacardiaceae. Anacardiaceae belongs to the order Sapindalis. Okay, just follow this order Sapindalis. Class Dicotyledonnae, class Dicotyledonnae, and what is this? Division is Angiospermae and kingdom is Plantae. So this is just an example. So many times they ask about the family of mango. Write the family of Mangifera indica. This is also one expected question, or particularly one unit of classification they ask from these examples. Okay, you have to follow all these. All right, let me recall this one more time. The mango belongs to the kingdom Plantae, division Angiospermae, class Dicotyledonnae, and order Sapindalis, and family Anacardiaceae, genus Mangifera, species Indica. Common name is mango. One more we have, that is wheat. Okay, so the wheat systematic position as follow. The scientific name of the wheat is Triticum aestivum. Triticum aestivum is the scientific name for wheat, and this wheat belongs to the family Poaceae. Got it? Poaceae, and comes under the order Poalis, and class Monocotyledonnae, and division is Angiospermae, and kingdom is Plantae. Okay, so that's all about today's concept, and with this we have learned so many things, like we studied about the class, phylum or division, and kingdom. How many kingdoms are there, my dear students? 5 kingdoms are there. In that 5 kingdom, we have only learned about the 2 kingdoms like Plantae and animal. So the other kingdoms we'll see in the second chapter. Not only this Plantae or this Animalia kingdoms, this is not that much, like this is not include only small description. It has a huge large description that I'll tell you in the chapter 3 and chapter 4, and you have to follow this systematic positions, my dear students. This is important. We can't say from which unit of classification they pick the question. So these questions, this chapter question, from this chapter, in your board examination or in any other of the other examination like preparatory or midterm, the first question will be from this chapter. So you have to come across, or you have to refer, or you have to follow all the small concepts, all the small definitions and everything. Okay, so in the next session we will move on to the next concept, that is taxonomical aids. So what is aid? This is not the disease. Taxonomical aids are some measurements, some devices, so that we can use those measurements, use those devices to identify or to preserve or to follow or to refer the flora and fauna, to refer the plant species and animal species. What are those taxonomical aids? We'll study in the next session. Thank you.